Hi there, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. This is KXAN Live News Notes. I'm Amanda Dugan.
And I'm Will DuPree. Give us 5 minutes and we'll get you caught up on all the latest headlines.
Let's get right to it. So support is growing to strip $150 million from the Austin police budget.
Today marks the start of 3 days of budget discussions by the Austin City Council.
So by the end of the week, council members should have a finalized plan for the next fiscal year.
Every single council member has added amendments to the current budget proposal. Now, council member Greg Kassar identified $23 million to redirect from police immediately.
Part of that would come from canceling 3 Austin cadet classes.
That is a potential area of tension, though. The classes were put on pause due to investigations into reports of racism and homophobia in the department.
Right now, APD plans to start its next cadet class on November 23rd.
A police spokesperson tells us they will not know the future of that class until after the budget is finalized.
You know, we've been really watching closely how the school year is developing in the midst of this pandemic, and AISD spelled out some really big changes to reopening classrooms.
That is right. Virtual learning will begin for the district, of course, on September 8th. However, students who do not have access to internet or proper technology can return to campus instead.
Or families without technology can stay home and will be given paper packets.
On October 5th, all families can choose between either on-campus or virtual learning.
And beginning that week, through October 30th, the district will phase in students who decide to return to classrooms.
Austin ISD says this plan could change based on the status of the coronavirus outbreak.
It has petitioned the Texas Education Agency for the right to stay in virtual learning for the first 8 weeks.
Yeah, we're also sharing an important update to a projection about COVID-19 here in Texas.
Yeah, researchers at UT are now lowering their projection for the number of COVID-19 deaths in Texas.
Previously, the team predicted between 20 and 26,000 Texans will have died by the end of this month.
And we did tell you it seemed high, but that the modelers had been accurate before.
Well, the new projection is now 12 to 20,000.
And right now, let's recap here. We are at 8,700 COVID-19 deaths. By far, the most are in the Houston area.
Here locally, a little more than 500 people have now died, almost 2/3 of which are in Travis County.
There are still nearly 6,000 active cases in our area right now.
We did have a big political announcement yesterday. Of course, Joe Biden announced that Kamala Harris will be his running mate, and they're going to make their first joint appearance later today.
Yeah, a lot of people were on the edge of their seats wondering when this announcement would even be made. And as you mentioned, Will, Biden chose the California senator yesterday.
If elected, Kamala Harris would set many first. Only white men have served as our country's vice presidents. She, of course, is a woman, and she is black and Indian.
The campaign says today's event in Delaware will be about working together and fighting for working families.
Delegates will officially nominate Biden and Harris at next week's convention. They, of course, will face Donald Trump and Mike Pence over on the Republican side in November.
We do like to leave you with something that makes you smile, maybe brightens your spirits a bit here on KXAN Live News Notes. Well, an Austin musician is preparing healthy meals for people experiencing homelessness. And you know what? She's saying, hey, if you like this idea, come on out and help me.
When I started asking the homeless questions about what is it that you really need right now? What is it? If I was going to go to the store and get you something, what would you want? And every single homeless person that I talked to asked for fruit and vegetables or water or ice.
That, of course, was Jazz Mills. She started an organization called Free Lunch ATX back in June.
She feeds 150 to 200 people at the homeless camp the governor set up along 183.
Now, right now, she is working to build a garden just for this group. She's also asking people to become lunch monitors for a contribution of $10 a month.
All right, good stuff right there. Hey, we thank you for joining us here on KXAN Live News Notes. I'm Amanda Dugan.
And I'm Will DuPree. We'll see you back here with another look at your headlines.